First, condolences all around. We've lost a good friend, a real scholar, a person working for justice. I am proud to call him my friend and to take encouragement that we can continue his legacy. I'm Irish, and so I tend to talk a lot, so I have a couple of notes here, and I want to just mention that I'm intrigued by what turned a cold warrior like me into the fighter for justice that Bill became. And I noticed that he was in Chile after we had given Chile a new government. I think that what's relevant here and one of the main teaching points, actually I'll cite a fellow who is head of the Jesuits, and I'll read it slow because they tend to be complicated. The idea is that when the heart is touched by direct experience, as in Chile, the mind may be challenged to change. Personal involvement with innocent suffering, with the injustices that others suffer, especially the lesser people, is the catalyst for solidarity. This then gives rise to intellectual inquiry, moral reflection, and hopefully action. Well, that's what happened to Bill. He saw innocent suffering. He saw it at the hands of our government. He was years before me in realizing what the truth was about our encouragement of regime change in various countries. So go to Venezuela, go to Nicaragua, go elsewhere and see what we've done. And that will give you what will be a catalyst for solidarity. And in your own way, in Bill's way, of course, by writing, he was able to give us a great gift. The other thing I'll say is that these days it's very easily to be depressed for obvious reasons. I take some inspiration from one of Bill's patrons, I.F. Stone, the noted journalist. His words are kind of depressing, but they're uplifting at the same time. What he says is this: the only fights worth fighting are the ones that we know we're going to lose. We're going to lose, and we're going to lose, and then we're going to lose, and then someday someone who thinks the way you do is going to win. Okay? Now, in this case, in Bill's case, someday someone who has read Bill's books, has been educated by the know-nothingism that has greeted his books, and the oppression and the suppression, and the fact that when Osama bin Laden said, "Hey, you want to read this book?" It was the kiss of death. Is that know nothing or what? Was nobody interested in knowing what the book was about? Well, okay, so what I'm saying here is that we have to be prepared to lose, but in the final analysis, we're going to win, and we're going to win because of people like Bill. Now, I just add here that Bill could not have done this alone. He had terrific colleagues. Look around you here. Look at what wonderful colleagues there are. And we are living on to do his legacy. I remember, Bill had a wonderful wit and sense of humor, sort of a sardonic humor. We were at Occupy in Washington 5-6 years ago, and I was speaking, and he was speaking after me, and he came up to me and said, "Ray, what's this all about?" Now, Bill was there, right? He was going to take part. Why? Because his friends said this was about something really important, and it was. And Bill spoke, of course, very beautifully. So, in closing, I would cite a little bumper tag, a little bumper sticker. It's from the Catholic Worker in Los Angeles. It says, "Jesus loves WikiLeaks, Mark 4:22. Now, let's just talk about what Mark 4:22 says. It says, nothing hidden will remain hidden that will not be brought to light. That's what Bill did. That's what he continues to do by inspiring the rest of us, by reading his books, by being amused, to be amused by his sardonic sense of humor, and by promising to carry on his legacy, which we will. Thanks very much.